When the king sits in state, he will always be remembered by the songs and the struggles of our ancestors. And these beautiful noise are noise. They are not just noise, they are incarnations reflecting the power, the authority of our ancestors, and reminding the king of his duties and the heritage and the legacies of his forefathers. Today we are celebrating the 100th anniversary, the centenary anniversary of the return of King Prempeh I. Yesterday at the symposium, stories were told about the resilience, the courage, and the diplomacy of King Prempeh I. Stories were told about his exile in Seychelles for 24 years, together with 54 others. Stories were told about Nana Yas Asantewa Asantehemaa, who also included in the exiles, making it 74 Ashantis fair to reside in Seychelles. Presentations, sketches were made to the events leading to the exile of Prempeh I, his legacies in Seychelles, and indeed his return to the Golden Kingdom. Today we have gathered here to reflect on the diplomacy, the courage, and the resilience of a king who said, no, you can displace me, but you cannot displace the spirits of the Ashanti people. Far away in Seychelles, in the markets of Victoria, you will see beautiful ladies with names like Abena, Sewa, Akuto, Nyako, and Akusia. Far away in Seychelles, at the National Library of Seychelles, you will see a huge section and collections of our king who stayed in Seychelles for 24 years. Today we are commemorating his 100th anniversary of his return here to the Garden City. It is indeed gratified to have the Prime Minister of Seychelles, the President of Seychelles with us here. And indeed the Prime Minister of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland. You are now witnessing the procession of the royals taking their turns to pay homage and tribute to the king. Some will portray for to pay their homage and their tribute to the king. His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, celebrating King Prempeh I, his arrival to the Garden City, The British did all they could, but they couldn't separate the spirit of the people of Ashanti. Today we are here celebrating the glorious return of His Majesty King Prempeh I. Nananom, Your Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst a true son of Asanteman, the gentle giant, and the man who transformed this nation, carried the flag of Ghana across the world, and brought dignity to the world. His Excellency the former President, John Agyekum Kufuor. Now we are witnessing the arrival of the Queen Mother of Asanteman. Now the Queen Mother will also pay homage to the King upon her arrival at the Durbar grounds. The Queen of the Golden Kingdom, Nananom Konadu Yiadom III. Majestic entry of the Queen of Ashanti, Nananom Konadu Yiadom III, paying tributes, paying homage to the King as we observe the centenary anniversary of King Prempeh I.
Would like to stand on the existing protocol and welcome everybody to the Manhyia Palace. If you are here, it means you're part of history and you believe Asanteman is indeed a great nation. Yes, we are Asanteman and we are proud of that.
Hello. Abrevia Yura Veteransiano. Atwankra Akoma Nananom Sakotokohene Atnasi. Vicenti na Samri na Asantehema na Kwadu Yiadom Otosumiensa Edro Yemfimfin Oko Akoma Ohene Atnasi Akwaba ne Tiungwa Yewura ba wati apakamu na Himalaya oba ne de Seko mu na otie.
As an Anglican priest in 1985, he became known for his advocacy of human rights and democratic reforms. With humility, we welcome the President of Seychelles, His Excellency Wavel Ramkalawan. His Excellency Wavel Ramkalawan is here with the wife, the First Lady of Seychelles, Her Excellency Mrs. Linda Ramkalawan. We also here with us is the Ambassador of Canada among the delegation. And among the delegation we have Mr. Jonathan Belouis. We have Miss Linda Enesta and Miss Isha Esperon, together with Mr. Kwame Appiah and Captain Emil.
Mpanyinfo a omochia Otumfuo Osei Tutu a otoso mienu sese eye Seychelles my penny and any mpanyinfo.
On the red carpet is His Majesty King Mswati III, appointed Prime Minister of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, His Excellency Russell Dlamini. On the 3rd of November 2023, His Majesty King Mswati III appointed him as the Prime Minister of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland. Following the day he officially assumed office on the 4th of November. Prior to his appointment as Prime Minister, he served as the Chief Executive Officer of the Eswatini National Disaster Management Agency, where he was so much instrumental in coordinating responses to national emergencies. Indeed, we have a colorful and a vibrant delegation from Seychelles and the Ghanaian ambassador to the Republic of Seychelles. Her Excellency also here with us to celebrate the 100th anniversary of King Prempeh I. Her Excellency Francisca Ashietey-Odunton is indeed the High Commissioner to Seychelles, Ghana's High Commissioner to Seychelles. Her Excellency Francisca Ashietey-Odunton. Yes, the name sounds familiar. The face. Very, very familiar. She now lives in Seychelles, beautiful country, and indeed, she's always elegant and always adorable. When we were growing up, we grew up with her news on GBC. Now on the red carpet is the leader and the founder for Movement for Change, Honorable Alan Kwadwo Kyerematen. Together with Nana Senior, Honorable Yawabe Asamoah, to pay tribute to His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. At the consulate of the Republic of Seychelles is the honorary consul, His Excellency Kwame Akwa, here to celebrate with us by the generosity of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. I visited the residence of King Prempeh I. A fellowship at the Anglican Church where King Prempeh I was baptized.
Ambassador Sangqu Baso, Terry Strong, Eric Eswatini, sorry for that, and Emmanuel Baidu. So we have Mr. Emmanuel Baidu, Mr. Eric Eswatini, Mr. Terry Strong, Ambassador Sangqu Baso, and Stewart from AngloGold Ashanti.
We shall display 19th century ornaments, 19th century regalia from South Africa, presumably from the Golden Kingdom. You know, during the symposium at the Nananom University of Science and Technology, stories were told about how the British looted Asanteman of the gold ornaments, regalias, and other important regalia of Asanteman. Today, we are displaying some of the 19th century objects from South Africa by the kind courtesy of AngloGold and Dr. Ivor Achibendua.
Kasabi wa me unan centum kabi say create, loot and share. And I just need to be our more ayapam kanana kwabiso na umudi o man ewu. African church kwasipuni aba o man abrafo aman ma be enson no muhia mo ka say bibi man mo me nkofomfa ya chichim France for momfa ha Spain for momfa ha Portugal for momfa ha English for momfa ha no na nyense befa bibi man mu na bibi man mo momfa ye no a wo ba ya famu ha mo no bobu say oban ba akopɛ na wa ha no mo Asanteman so no nyame adom wo nyame nyina bi enti kwan bia wo befa so a wo monsa bɛka sa nyama ndi akɔro no wo mo befa wa krokro ne nada ne kanana anye yie no na fidi aso wo de enhye ani sɛ sagranti wo na kakari abreso wo me fi wo ma yawura enu achi na Prempeh odikan abreso wone asamba ya okasa wone mo finisi ani nti nyoma ya sɛ Asanteman titire ne kumase manhyia ahemfie enieme wo hon mo no wo mbɛfom sesa ne wo mopɛ adu achi na anso ha o de ka wo di ijanso esatum na niema wo wie ya no kamia sɛ ahyeta o ewiase afa na nyina ebi akopie abibrima na for South Africa na Nananom samanfo no nyankrompo da Roma ensa akabi ebi adikan abadada ayewurade atodwa na ena edai empemprade agudie ni sika ekopie South Africa no enche bia Nananom ede ba no de abechire yewura ebehye enmunyam se de ade ne hye no amfa nche frito ade nsu nim ne wende ekɔ no asanya aba.
So a big thank you to our delegation from AngloGold Ashanti, Mr. Stewart, Ambassador Sangqu Baso, Mr. Henry Strong, Mr. Eric Eswatini.
reflect on the lessons of our history, to recommit ourselves to building a future where peace, unity, and prosperity prevail. Let this occasion inspire us all to uphold the legacy of our ancestors and to continue striving for the progress and well-being of our great community. Once again, I extend the heartfelt welcome to all of you. May this day be filled with reflection, celebration, and a new sense of hope. Thank you very much.
It's been a collaboration with the Manhyia Palace under the direction of His Majesty. It's been an undertaking with the expert guidance of Mr. Agyemang, who has shown us a deeper way to appreciate items that are not hard to appreciate very deeply. These are amazing, priceless regalia and artifacts that are beautiful to behold, but are also a tremendous testimony to the expert craftsmanship of the Asanteman and of the people that forged these artifacts hundreds of years ago right here, likely in Kumasi. It was in 2000, as Mr. Agyemang said, that the former management of AngloGold, and this is before the company merged with Ashanti in 2004, decided that Europe was no place for these artifacts and they would like to bring them back to Africa. And so they purchased these and brought them and created a museum in Cape Town, which allowed many, many people to view these artifacts on the African continent, many of them for the first time in modern history. It is a deep honor for me today, a personal honor, to be involved in the project that brings these treasures here to Kumasi, where they were forged all those years ago. These pieces are an enduring reminder of the traditional links to gold mining here in this area of Ghana, and again, that testimony to craftsmanship and artisanship that dates back centuries. We are deeply honored and humbled to be part of this important moment in history, to ensure that these cultural treasures are accessible not only to the Ashanti people, but to Ghanaians in general. Today also marks an important step in an ongoing cultural initiative that will continue to reinforce AngloGold Ashanti's long-term commitment to the Asantehene, to the Ashanti Kingdom, and to its people, and for our support of the preservation and celebration of such a rich and storied culture. Medasi.
The chairman of the 25th anniversary, Nana Otumfuo Osei II, Mahine of Jobin traditional area, leading the delegation from AngloGold to present these regalias to His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II.
Your Excellency Wavel, Ramkalawan, President of the Republic of Seychelles, Honorable Shirley Boshel, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellencies John Kufuor, former President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege and responsibility to deliver these remarks on behalf of His Majesty King Eswatini III, King of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Allow me to begin these remarks. His Majesty King Mswati III, the Queen Mother, the government and the people of Eswatini would like to convey their best wishes to His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene and the people of Asante, as we celebrate 100 years of the return of Nana Agyemang Prempeh I, the Asantehene, from his period of exile in the Seychelles. Today, we not just celebrate the return of a leader, but we celebrate the resilience and strength of the Asante people. Nana Prempeh I was not just a king, but a symbol of unity and perseverance. His journey has taught us that even in the face of adversity, we must hold on to our identity, our values, and our dreams. His return signified a new chapter of the Asante Kingdom, a time of rebuilding, strengthening bonds, and embracing the future with courage. Your Majesty, it has been 9 years since His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, visited the Kingdom of Eswatini. His Majesty King Mswati III has fond memories of the visit by the Asantehene. During his visit, the two monarchs resolved to strengthen relationships between the two kingdoms and countries. They agreed to frequent reciprocal visits. However, Ghana has had up to date not received His Majesty King Mswati III. It is His Majesty's wish to reciprocate the visit in the near future. The monarchs also pledged to promote cultural exchanges between the two kingdoms and countries by embracing cultural diversity and preserving cultural heritage. Recently, a delegation from the Kingdom of Eswatini was in Ghana for a week for the purpose of merging of traditional local administration and modern local government, as well as the establishment of national houses of chief. The government of Ghana provided technical assistance and warmly welcomed the delegation from the Kingdom of Eswatini. Your Majesty, allow me to recognize the good relationship between the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor Addo, and His Majesty King Mswati III. The President of Ghana and His Majesty King Mswati III have maintained strong bilateral relations between our two countries, from which we can gain access to important brotherly and cultural relationships that have a considerable potential of uniting us as Africans and for the development of our people. Eswatini wishes to affirm the strong and cherished relations between our two nations today, as we celebrate not just the history that binds us, but the bright future we are creating together. Our countries have faced challenges and triumphs, yet through it all, our friendship has stood the test of time. This partnership is rooted in shared values of respect, equality, and commitment to uplift our people. Ghana and Eswatini have much to learn from one another, from our rich cultural heritages to our vibrant traditions. We share a commitment to fostering peace, stability, and prosperity. Our collaboration in various sectors, such as trade, education, health, culture, and sports, has already made significant strides and there's still so much more to harness. Your Majesty, I'd like to express my appreciation for the warm welcome and hospitality that you have extended to me, their Royal Highnesses that we are with here today, and my delegation during our stay here in Kumasi. We wish you continued prosperity and success as you lead the people of Asante to greater heights. I thank you.
King Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Her Majesty the Queen Mother, Your Royal Highness Lady Julia Osei Tutu, Your Excellency Mr. Russell Dlamini, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Mrs. Shirley Bogyawe, incoming Secretary General of the Commonwealth, former President, Your Excellency Mr. John Kufuor, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be here today. I bring greetings with me from the people of the Republic of Seychelles to the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Ashanti, sorry. Let me express my sincere appreciation to Your Majesty and to the people of the Asante for the warm welcome and gracious hospitality that the First Lady and I, as well as my whole delegation, have received since our arrival in Kumasi. I take note that the year 2024 is an important one for the people of the Asante. Not only is the kingdom commemorating the 100 years anniversary of the return of King Prempeh I from exile in Seychelles, but 2024 is also the 150th anniversary of the Third Anglo-Asante War of 1874. Your Majesty, this year you are also commemorating the Silver Jubilee of your installment. On behalf of the people of the Republic of Seychelles and on my own behalf, I would like to congratulate Your Majesty on your Silver Jubilee. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Seychelles and Ghana formally established diplomatic relations in October 1988. But historically, the bonds of friendship between the two countries can be traced back to the exile of the late King Prempeh I to Seychelles from 1900 to 1924. It was indeed an honor, though sad, for us in the Seychelles to receive your great king, a man of peace, a man of dignity, a man who showed respect to our people and in return received the full respect and love of the Seychellois. So through his presence in the Seychelles, these bonds were established, and today we are very close as two peoples. You from the Atlantic shores and us from the Indian Ocean, and yet we are one. Your Majesty, I am pleased that I could be here. For me, this visit is not only one to partake in the celebrations of the return of King Prempeh I from exile, but it is also giving me the opportunity to better understand the Asante people, your culture, your history. Through this, I will be able to better understand the late King Prempeh I, the man he was, and the sacrifices he made for his people and for his kingdom. For me, therefore, the commemorating is also a time of reflection of the past, but also of the future. Seychelles and Ghana have a long history of cooperation in the cultural field. This is mainly due to the historical connection between the Asante people and the people of Seychelles. Yesterday, I was honored to be in the presence of the descendants of the king, and how much they look like our Seychellois nation. We have Seychellois living here in Ghana who were born in Seychelles or whose grandparents were born in Seychelles. And we also have descendants of the Asante in the Seychelles. What better way to unite our people? Earlier this week, as part of my official visit, the Memorandum of Understanding in Cultural Cooperation was signed between Seychelles and Ghana. I am confident that through this MOU, the Seychelles National Institute of Culture, Heritage and the Arts will continue to work closely with representatives from the Ashanti Kingdom to further explore other collaborations possible in this field. And here, Your Majesty, I would like us to go further. And this morning, I had a long conversation with the Member of Parliament from the very constituency where King Prempeh I lived during his exile. I believe we should look to twin the district and Kumasi. This will further reinforce our cultural ties, and this will also allow citizens from Kumasi to come to the Seychelles, and for those from Seychelles to come here to explore the rich diversity of our culture. I am pleased that the Seychelles National Institute of Culture, Heritage and the Arts was able to work closely with Mr. Kwame Akwa, our honorary consul in Ghana, and from representatives from the Kingdom of Ashanti in organizing an exhibition in Seychelles recently commemorating the 100th year celebration of the return of King Prempeh I from exile. But we are not stopping there. We will also be turning the very chapel in which King Prempeh I received the sacrament of Holy Communion and confirmation into a museum. This has already been accepted. I've already signed the papers, and again, the presence of King Prempeh I will continue to live on. To further the legacy of King Prempeh I, the project has already started. Therefore, today, Your Majesty, I want to say thank you very much to the warm welcome we have received in your kingdom. And I want to wish you continued prosperity, long life, good health, wisdom as you continue to lead your people. We stand by your side, and I look forward to once again welcoming Your Majesty and the First Lady to the Seychelles. Thank you very much.
On display now are the regalias, the ornaments looted several years ago and back home. And these are testimonies of the creativity and the innovations of our forefathers that have stood the test of time. It will be displayed at the Kumasi Museum, at the Manhyia Palace Museum, Your Excellencies, we have the great-grandchildren and the grandchildren of King Prempeh I, here to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the return of King Prempeh. The great-grandchildren and the grandchildren, descendants, true royal descendants of King Prempeh I, some living here, some living in Seychelles, here to celebrate their great-grandfather, King Prempeh I. We are gradually ending the activities marking the 25th anniversary of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, who carries the past, the present, and the future of the Ashanti Kingdom. The descendants of King Prempeh I, who live in Seychelles, are here to celebrate the centenary anniversary of King Prempeh I. On the streets of Victoria, you will hear names like Asantewa, Nyako, Sewa, Akosia. Today, the Prime Minister of Eswatini is adorning rich kente cloth as we anticipate King Mzwaki III here in Kumasi somewhere next year. We continue to give gratitude to Ghana's Minister of Foreign Affairs and the incoming Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Her Excellency Shirley Ayoko Boche. Francis Asenso Boache. And again, we have the Director of Cultural Affairs at the Presidency, Ordinary Theresa Addison. We welcome also the former Deputy Regional Minister, Mr. Andy Okrai. Asantehema Nana Ya Santewa, who's here to exchange courtesies with the President of Seychelles and the Prime Minister of Eswatini and members of the diplomatic corps, including...
Hello, come so we don't listen.
Otumfuo Osei Tutu II yebesre na mama natu yura Asanteman Otumfuo Osei Tutu abebio se ninua omampani se ni onim de ni dwumadie ni chi no ye hwe nanim na so dwumadie no bi ama ne niam no bi akachire enim se ebia yetibi ya be sima be asantam no bi obitima bedru Kumasi na send ye be ya enkoba se bia onuru ha no Otumfuo apagya ne mu na animguase aka ye ni nti no ye nsi bitumrika ye dikan na ya bekire omampani enema ti so beto so a na ni wa bekia ne nua no de ensa atonsa yam fefefe eno nti na ya dikan abaha wabra onka ye ho no yenim se sa amre nche bia ebi oba beduru Kumasi enti okay enti Otumfuo Agyemang enam say you director of culture ewa ha no na ono na ede ne ma no si no so ba si mi so no na mu ono aka se ne be ya nkoyem eputukuru ne bia anonfonfon bia nso enye dan enkobem na menko kasam a ebi enye no no mampani akantini se Otumfuo Agyemang Otumfuo ma me kwan a medane akasamu no ama menua ba Teresa Adesen na watu aso
Mira Agyemang Odaroma said ye yera try to said ye yera komisa editor yera enimo no ba no beba hwebe no nso awie obeba na se yera pagya ni mu a anwumre de oni yera ene bedi dwuma no che ahoho ye ni monyam yera mampanyini wo ba ye a wokuta Nananom Nananom tetemrosa no pentunsia eye Henderson pentunsia tete Johnny Walker eye Blue Label and so pentu miensa wine pentunsia yera buo mu ade Nana Asantehema buo mu ade yera Agyemang buo mu ade Nananom Kumase ehemfo buo mu ade abrafo abuo mu ade ehinkwa buo mu ade yero Otumfuo akrachifo buo mu ade yero Agyemang manuasi ene yeba no keterisi mu ebrada yebeba na kasiem
yo Otumfuo Agyemang we no medical krabi na esoso omampani maaye no ye ne a yabegino achire omampani enema no eye owura ohwe Kumasi so Kumasi meyo owura Sampai mrashebedwani a wogina ho ma de hye wo bantema a wono ena ye minister for roads and highways ono so wa ha ina anso eka ye ho ena mpanimfo aka ena yebegina omampani anemu na ye kire ne niema odi bre ninua Otumfuo Osei Tutu abebio edamasi
So, vous savez, ma compagnie, il y a le ministre, il y a New York, il y a un Vesabe, this is a as well. But they just keep dancing. I'm also with my pajana, and let the boy have that. But yes, I mean, we did not do it. Say, what about the end? And the Sabi, I just said, they are now on the two. Or about I mean, men on your but I mean, sweet man. I don't see a woody kind back. Have a chow. Say, if you are happy. I don't know, not free to sit by, you know. A idea that we're doing like a woman, it is burning in a rack. I dare say, I tell you more, assume we have a papa. The book of the camera now, must so say, Bitty and a managed bedroom. Hey, this is me. I do go to me, every Sangqu. Says every one brew. You didn't know a free success by it in Fiwaha. Now, come up in her. Then so I don't brew for channel. Say, I don't brew, I'm a cow on Sats Amremu. And say, you made you a overcome home. And you may be a share sabi. I buy no and Munyam. Also, a dowma. At the end of the day, that's all.
Enti yam omo asuma radio minister na pamfu nyinara. Say yam fa se be boni san. Yes na pono pentu nsia. Brandy papa no so pentu nsia. Johnny Walker pentu nsia na wine so adaka. Wada o mebru. O ma panyin say obomo ade. Na Asantehema obomo ade. Wa chame obomo ade. Na kuma panyin fo obomo ade. Wa kaji obomo ade na o hin ko obomo ade. Wo so wada o mebru. Kono nyina ne bedi na emfi wa ha. Eno no. O si na me pama wo. O sa wo de ma wo. Se troma Asanteman ene Ghana man. Na isa be do waye esombo e de sonko kura. Wa be ka won sa no nyina anwumre no e de djuma no. So small regiment is set up for Hanma na do mo se no. Tu for do mo se, o do mo se.
Nananom, mumiampre omampanyine. Yampre noe. Yampre omampanyine.
The birthday of the king was on the 6th of May. We had a Thanksgiving service at St. Prince Anglican Church, which we had a dinner at the Manhyia Palace. On the 12th of May, it was the biggest Akwasi Day, marking the Silver Jubilee Durbar here at Jabrim, clamoring the celebration.
We will all gather at St. Prince Anglican Church to fellowship with the King as we celebrate the goodness of the Lord. If you have been here today, you have been part of history in the making, and I would say this will go a long way to be in our memories drive as one of the best days of our lives. We want to say a very big thank you to everyone who made it a point to be here, whether you came near or far. Asanteman Edamasi Bebre, Nyankopon Inshram.
Displaying is the flag of Asanteman and the flag of Seychelles. The flag of Asanteman has been crafted beautifully to connote the phrase, the rich black man in the forest. The king will be coming here. It has been colorful, it has been historic, it has been memorable. The mini durbar commemorating the 100th anniversary of the return of King Prempeh I from Seychelles. In 1900, our proud king, our brave queen, was exiled to Seychelles by the British. He stayed in Seychelles for 24 years. Yesterday, stories were told, presentations were made, sketches were made, leading to events leading to his exile, his legacies, his Seychelles, and his return. Wherever you are, the king will be here to say goodbye to us as we close for the day. On behalf of the planning committee, under the chairmanship of Nana Otumfuo Osei II, the Pioneer of Asantehene, and the chairman of the Council of States, we would like to say a big thank you for being part of this history.
Amafwe Kumasi Online TV Production. Yaba ne de ne yaba. Yadi equipment ekukudam ane yede aba. Se eye camera de enem wiem, de nam fom, de nam insume. Ni nyina ye wo bi e wo honom. TV production yabo e hu ye pa. Se wo ye dwumadie bi ete se wedding, eye engagement, and sorry ana schools. Se wo ye seminar bi na pese betwa ko all the social media networks and so e de amaw. Ye ni ntotonsa na fre eye Kumasi Online TV Production for. Na yamra na ye dwumadie ne ne mfama kama fe a ebo no eda fom pa. The production so the sound quality, video quality ni nyina e wo soro. Wo pese wo hu ba bi e wa ye wo Kumasi eye tia media opposite one ma. Ana se tonsa na fre wa homa trufo so 0550623377 Kumasi Online TV Production. Yedemufua ewo Kumasi Kwadwo mu.